What do you do when you hate your room? Slap some stickers. What do you do when you're stressed out about life? Slap some stickers. What do I do when I have the summer free and now basically have hours and hours that I did not have during this school year? I think you may already know what I'm going to do. Alright, so I took a lot of these different pieces of stickers from different artworks that I had done throughout the years. I think the most recent one was probably just a month ago, and then the least recent one was from 2020? Either that or 2021. But yeah, those are the ones that I picked. And what I did was I added a different color border around each sticker, and as you can see here, I decided to thicken that border because I very soon realized that if I was going to be hand cutting these, I need to give myself like ample room because I will cut into the actual design if I don't give myself that space, and that was a good decision. Yes, so I did that. And also with printing this, I used the Cricut design space thing. um, it actually wasn't too hard since I already had the sticker sheet, and it automatically readjusted the size that I had had all my stickers on to a size that would work for printing everything out. So that was good. I also had to, as I was printing stuff out, and I think either I'll show it here or I'll have a little clip of me talking later, you'll see that I had to progressively make the design lighter and lighter just so it would actually show what I wanted to be printed. Um, which I mean makes sense. Each printer is different, and even though I had put this in CMYK, I think I think the computer and the printer registered the design as like, oh, this is super intense, super saturated, and just kind of went overboard. So I made it just a bit lighter, which made it exactly how I wanted the stickers to come out eventually, with enough trial and error with the sticker paper. I also wanted to break down which characters I sort of used for this sticker bonanza. Wow, I'm gonna be saying sticker a lot, huh? Anyway, we have got on the top left, in those light blue sticker borders, we have Jongyun and Xinyan from Genshin Impact. I am very self-indulgent, and I was like, you know what? This is past me self-fulfillment. I absolutely always fall into the rarest of rare pairs for no reason. Like, there were major pairings right there in front of me, and I was like, you know what? Ignoring all of that for this very specific rare pair. But, uh, you know what? It makes me happy, so I'm doing it. I printed those out. The other one on the, I guess, like, top right and then down the side of the right side is Amy and Callum. Those two, I mean, the rest of these are all my original characters, but those two I've had for the longest, about, gosh, 9 years? Yeah, a very long time. Either that, no, I think 8 years. And you get what I mean. I've had them for millennia. uh, let's see. They're both based off of some pieces of Hindu mythology. Well, not mythology specifically, but more culture. And I don't know. I mean, I love them a lot. That's I have a story with them, and that one also includes this lovely lady right here. I have a couple of names for her because I'm still coming up with them. Cecilia or Soraya. There's a lot of different ones that I'm trying out, but she is also part of the story that Amy and Callum are a part of, and yeah, they're all just kind of living there in my brain dome. Maybe one day I will actually go and write down the story and draw it out. I'm working on comics. I'm building myself up to it. It takes so much time, so much effort, especially after my last one. But it's summer now, so I have more free time. Anyway, and then we have this tiny girl right here, this tiny centaur. Uh, I haven't come up with a name for her yet, but I was thinking that they might be, let's see, like a mountain chaser. They hunt down a lot of different spirits of the forest and mountains that are just straight up moving their mountain ranges, causing a lot of earthquakes and other environmental damage. And she's the kind of person who befriends them and tells them, hey, don't move them, please. We can talk. Something like that. I imagine it's something fun like that. Mystical. Yeah, if you can't tell, fantasy is the genre that I go to very frequently. Yes, but those are the characters that I decided to make stickers out of. While I was printing, I chose the photo paper sticker type for one of these settings just to try it out because I hadn't tried it out before. I was terrified. I thought maybe I'd accidentally broken my printer because nothing was coming out. It took like a solid 3 minutes for this bad boy to come over, and the color was completely off. It was very scary. I was whispering, I am terrified. I'm not joking. I I was so scared, but it worked out. Kinda. It was a good experiment. Okay, so this first one was printer paper, and um as you can see, it got kind of yeah, that's just my description. It got very yad. It is very oversaturated and very darkened, and it just, yeah. And obviously because it's printer paper, I understand that. But this is not even close to what it's supposed to look like. So, next attempt. This one is the let's see, the inkjet waterproof, no, weatherproof. From all of these are from Sheet Labels. This isn't sponsored because some of these are not great, so unless they sponsor honesty. But yeah, as you can see here, I actually printed this on the back of the sheet. I did at the end decide to print it on the front just because I thought there was something really cool going on with these little like cut off square parts for the stickers, because when you cut them off, it looks really cool. Like, I don't know, it speaks to me. It feels aesthetically pleasing. So I wanted to have those just cause. That's my reasoning. I don't know. It made my brain go woo, 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 and I like serotonin. So yes. All right. Ooh, crash downstairs. Let's see here. The other thing here, this is the same thing with those square cut labels. You can see because it looks so cool when you take it out. I don't know. Like, let me pull it. Ooh, yes. Okay. Everything's falling. I got it. So yes, those were the ones that I used. And then, moving on here, we have this spectacle inkjet. And this one for me was the best one just because it has such clear quality. Look at that. The only issue here was because I was printing this, and let me check here, I wrote it down. Because I was printing this on a better mode, and I think on lightweight, not the best mode for my printer, it has these little lines you can see here that go through, and they're all throughout. So it kind of cuts up all the stuff. So I did another one with the inkjet because they sent two. I did another one, and with this one there are no lines, which makes me very happy. I set the settings to printer, and then, well, obviously I set the settings to printer, duh, but I set the settings to, I'm thinking, it was best and then paper, just plain paper. And it went out really nice. I don't know, I always like this little bit of texture sort of stuff with the white. And obviously it's because I don't have the most high quality ink all around, and I don't always fully know my settings. But for this one turned out the best. Then I used the PCW 100% recycled with those same-ish settings, and except I used the photo paper setting, and it turned out a lot darker and just a lot less, I don't know, a lot less accurate to what I was doing with the colors. You can see the comparison here. This one's a bit darker, and actually I might not see it on camera because I don't have the most high quality camera, but I'm using my phone. I use what I got. You can see here, this one's a little less vibrant than this one here. Yes, but I did another test just to see. Oh, I know what it is. That's what it is. It's these two. Nope. That was the last one when I actually did it with the proper settings, the same ones that I used for the inkjet spectacle. This is the, let's see, this is the one with the photo paper printer one. You can see the difference here. There you go. Yeah, it's a lot less vibrant and close to what I was imagining for this one. This one is much more accurate. So the spectacle inkjet, whatever brand thing they have, worked the best for me, but there's always improvements. Anyways, I'm probably going to be cutting these up and sending them off to any of the people in my nursing program. I will, well, obviously not these ones. I'm keeping these ones for myself, alright? I'm plastering like half of these on my forehead, and then half of them will just go to my friends, and that is my decision. You know, I have found it is a lot easier to cut all of these stickers when I use my middle finger and my thumb, which is probably because it's more stable. There's something so weird about seeing like these little pieces of me just all over here with all their little rough and crinkled edges. It's kind of sentimental because it feels like these little parts of me get to live on in other people. They get to live on in other people's homes or in their notebooks or on their, I don't know, on their water bottles. I don't think this one will last very long on water bottle though. But I don't know, it's like people get to look down on it and say, hey, it's them. It's that person with this character. Is this about stickers, or is this about the ephemerality of humankind and how we wish to be remembered? Probably both. It's so weird because a part of me is still thinking, wait, hold on. I have to work on, you know, like this assignment, or, oh man, I should probably study for next week's exam or something like that. And it's very weird to be like, no, you don't have to. You're off right now. And obviously, over the summer, I'm planning to still, review skills for nursing and things like that. I don't want that to go stale, especially since I'm going to be going into med surge. Do not want that to go stale. Um, yeah, it's very weird to just be able to do this, but I love being able to just literally cut stickers for like an hour straight and there's no issues. It's great. I love it. Ta-da! Oh, how exciting. And also with pulling and placing these stickers, they are very sticky, which is great. That backing, when I was trying it out, really let me take off and put back a lot of the times the stickers. But what would happen is that the edges would get just a little bit curved or a little irregular. I don't know. I don't want to give this perception that, oh, perfect stickers, they work incredible and you should buy them right now, because I don't know. I like the honesty. It helps me decide why I would buy something or what purpose I would use it for and what things I can't use it for. It's good knowledge. Another thing with the sticker quality that I noticed is that when you place another sticker on top of one of these, sometimes it can rip off a little bit of the color from the sticker underneath. So that's something definitely to note. Yeah, the plan is eventually, maybe this summer, I think, because now I'm done with all my nursing stuff. Hopefully, this summer, I can create like a tiny sticker shop, maybe on Big Cartel or something, and on Etsy, and just, badam, you get some stickers. The pricing ranges. Let's see, I'll put up a little graph thing, but it would range, I think, from maybe, let's see, like $1.30 something to like $3.50 just for right now. Because with these ones, they aren't as sturdy as a weatherproof one, so I just need to get the lamination paper, and then I could put the price up a little bit higher. But these definitely would work well for things like notebooks, I would say. I just, for water bottles and things like that, I definitely need some lamination paper to keep them safe, because they are not strong enough on their own. On their own? On their own. Because they are not strong enough on their own. Yeah, those are my rambles. If you do want stickers, tell me, and I will. I mean, you don't have to tell me. I'm gonna make them anyway, and plaster them specifically on my forehead. That is my goal. These are very self-indulgent. Not at all made for big profit. I'm just here for the OC fulfillment. Yep. Bye.